So equipments are ready to be recorded. So if you want your sound to be recorded, please feel free to. It's free recording.
So Ajay, it seems to me like a lot of people in the West, they struggle with kind of looking for like a way to be, which is not from fear and not from survival. But it seems very common that like people have a hard time to function, and they feel, when you grow up and then somehow you have to manage to find a job and then like kind of make a living, and quite a few people I know, they really struggle to, and they feel a lot of pressure, and then there's fear, there's like unworthiness, there's, kind of really not knowing like how to be not narrow from that kind of pressure. And I noticed that like from that place of fear and like survival, it's not very creative. Like people really don't see like opportunities, and they don't enjoy themselves, like because they feel so burdened by this kind of what should I do? Like what should I do? I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So what would you like suggest if people are in this kind of feeling the weight of that, or feeling the pressure, and because it doesn't help, to tell them, well, it's not real. It's
certainly.
Of course, of course, it's from your mind, but it's a very common one. Very common one. A lot of people struggle with this.
So I think, like generally, like we are not able to distinguish between my need and needs which has been created by sellers, but they are not my need, So if there is like this, if you can separate them, like my need and needs which are created by businessmen in me. So like then it will be very easy, because generally like struggle is to fulfill those needs which are not my needs, which have been created to fulfill someone else, stomach or to bank account or something like that. So I think, like just to, like if one recognize this, then it will be easier to, to not be in the pressure.
So just living more simple and like,
Yeah, not simple, as you like, but also you can manage. It's not like only your liking, but also you have to manage that. Like if you can manage without pressuring yourself, it's good to live like a very good life, it's nothing bad there, but also not to saturate yourself, not to really make yourself very crippled.
Yeah, because like recently I had a few conversations with friends and with some friends.
Yeah.
And they were so like,
Yeah.
felt like almost like blocked kind of thing.
Yeah, certainly. Like
move because they felt like, I don't know how to pay my rent, like how I will survive now. And I said,
Yeah.
well, like you always have a place to sleep here.
Yeah.
And I will always feed you or anything.
Yeah.
So it's not really like you're not going to die.
Yeah.
It's not a real danger. But still, like they feel somehow like
this pressure of like being the way world want them to be, not the way they want to be. So this is like the difficulty is not to really distinguish between this is people want me to be or I want to be.
So it's from comparison also.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's like very much like we actually, like world has been really a good playground, but somehow we created it a business place. Like some people really, have done that, and it's totally now it's no playground left. It's like only big malls, and all. So of course in big malls, you will always be unhappy.
And how can you support someone to really realize what their needs are?
Yeah, but actually they can, like if they really feel, they feel that this I can be like this, and I can have time for me. Like we basically, like we never think that I should have time for me. We always think, I should have this, because this is what, some companies want me to do, or some people want me to do. So we go for that, but we never think that, I should also have some time to sit by Ganga.
So like taking time to listen. And
Yeah, taking time to really feel, what you feel for yourself, or what has been created in you, like somebody else. And if you can also see that, this creation, what somebody has done, it's not for me, it's actually for them, It's actually, I have to be working for them. It doesn't give any pleasure to me. I'll play. Whatever will come will go to somebody else.
So just knowing like which are my expectations
Yeah.
and which are coming from parents and society.
Yeah, and also like to see my limitation, like everyone has different limitations, Like everyone can do something like better than others. So just looking at you and looking what you will be satisfied with, and also for that if you have enough time or not. Really is like time management actually.
Also, it feels to me like that we put ourselves in this situation, like say in us, like but within society, in which we don't work anymore as a team. So then, it's so difficult. Like when you see here, no, in India, like still there is the teamwork, no? Like you bring money, I take care of kids, like this.
Yeah.
But there, like if you have to say as a woman, like make money and take care of kids, like in my experience is impossible. Like really quality time with is. So I just wonder like how we put ourselves in this situation that really doesn't support any of us, like anyone. So
Yeah. Actually on the name of freedom actually.
yeah.
So, and that, like if you give any big name, then
Yeah.
I have to really salute to women who do this, like somehow they kind of, they also take care of children, take care of their job, like so many things, like cook.
Because people, I feel that the main like driving force is like people want to be independent.
Yeah.
Don't want to depend on anyone, not on the government, not on other person.
Yeah,
And
certainly.
they struggle because it's like so much pressure. Like I have to
And one
all do it
person.
myself.
Yeah.
Kind of,
Certainly.
But where is that coming from? Like this independence?
Like basically not independent, really feeling that like nobody really want to listen to anyone. So it's coming from there, then if I make money, then I don't have to listen to anyone. So then because of like, anyway, when you listen, you don't listen everything, you only listen what you want to listen. Like even if we judge listening, like it's not that you listen everything. No, you never listen everything from anyone. So you only listen what you want to listen. And because of this not really understanding, then you say, okay, I don't want to listen anyone. And then for that you make your life like so difficult for you, so difficult for your children, for everyone, there is no such thing that you don't have to, like anyway, then also you have to listen, like you go to work and then you have to listen to your boss. Instead of listening at home, you have to listen there. So it's like little thing, if you become aware of, then life is very easy. If you don't become aware, then it's very difficult.
Yeah, because I noticed that somehow, like, this support from life is very easily felt in India, I feel. And just like I can relax and I feel like very much carried. And in the West, it's much more difficult to feel that
Yeah.
same kind of support or
Yeah.
like something holding.
Yeah, I think in the West it's like very much individual society, It's like no family, almost no family. In India still, families exist. So there is like like you feel some support and then you relax. And there is no feeling of support, so you cannot relax, You always have to be jumping left, right, even in sleep,
And it feels to me like now that we have it inside. Like say, even I see myself and also many women and men also, like even if someone would say, okay, just do your thing and I support, like, you just take care of kids and I'll support you, like I give money to you, we would say no, because we exist through the doing. Like we have to be someone in the world. Like now in the world, it's not enough to be a mother. It's not enough to go to the market, come back, cook, change diapers. No? Like I really feel this. Like we need to be someone. Like other than like someone or on top of. No? So it's really like it feels like now we got kind of this disease inside, like somehow, like so now we have
Yeah, probably we got injected.
virus.
So would you say that like other societies they don't have this?
No,
Like this different,
I think all the societies are really being even in India. Now you can feel that we really are leaning towards that. So of course, it's like a big advertisement that if you have this, like you will have everything, and that is because they want to sell their product, not they want to make you happy actually. But like if they say I want to sell my product, then maybe you don't buy. So they say I will make you happy, but if you buy this, and you bought, and by the time they say okay, now this product is better than that, so now you have to buy this in order to be happy, then something else, and
so why is it so seems like kind of people catch to this doing instead of being kind of like why like you talk and then it's like okay what are you doing and it's like everyone is like so like this is what how you connect like okay so
certainly
what you're doing and then if you say well nothing it's like okay
it's very
what
bad
shall we
thing.
talk about?
Yeah.
Kind of or like seems like the doing became so
and that has become so important, like somehow that is the main factor of life.
For me, the question is like it's not like somehow when we are alive, we have to do.
Yeah, doing happens,
Yes.
because life itself is like very
Yeah.
productive, very kind of,
Just the question from which place, kind of.
yeah. Anyway, like you cannot sleep for a month, not possible. So life always really push you into doing something. But when somebody else push life into doing, then it's difficult. Because when life push, then also life asks you, okay, now it's time to sleep. You sleep. Now it's time for breakfast. Take breakfast. Now it's time for lunch. Take lunch. But when somebody else push you, then that person doesn't care about you, if you have breakfast or not. You have to be on time at 9 at work, whether your child is crying or not, I don't care, At 9 you have to be here.
Sometimes to follow your own heart and path, it needs a lot of courage,
Yeah.
and it can be hard. 'Cause
Certainly, because it's like the surroundings you are in, everybody is following somebody else, not following themselves. So when you start following yourself, you start doubting yourself also. Because, if that is right, then more people should be following that. But they are not. So always doubt, like really, arrow of doubt is towards you instead of others. And then you really have to have lot of courage to put arrow towards others.
Yesterday I remembered when I came to India when I was 17, and I had decided which degree I would study. I was going, it was before university, and I had decided to study, well, I thought I had decided to study like business, and I realized that it wasn't at all what I wanted. It was like what my parents and my teachers wanted.
Yeah.
But it was so, I was so scared to say, no, I don't want to study that. And I was crying so much like before taking that step.
Yeah, certainly, because it's like all the people who you feel they are wiser than you, they speak that. So then you have to doubt yourself. And if you, I think you were very courageous to take a step beyond that. Otherwise, most people will follow the teachers, the parents. Yeah.
Like breaking through something.
Yeah, certainly.
In India, they say like this word dharma, like to follow your dharma. So what they mean by that?
Like everyone has as human, like from outside we look same, everyone has 2 hands, 10 fingers, some people have 12, but it's not common. Like from outside we look same, but inside we are so different, so dharma means really falling into what you are, like what you what your schedule is for yourself, following that.
And they had this different like classes of people and like jobs and this kind of thing. But that's not what it.
No, dharma means like from, because then to make it more common, you know, like then they created this system, but that is not it actually real, you know.
So to follow your inner schedule.
Yeah,
it's like
inner schedule.
following your dharma.
Ajay, sometime you said something like the West is more individualistic, more independent oriented, and the East is more family oriented.
Like more, you know, little more, like we have little more, you know, like
Yeah,
we,
I understand.
yeah.
But it's like that means two separation already.
Two separate.
That is separated already. Like East is like this and West is like this.
Like the culture is
Yeah.
different,
Yeah, I
yeah.
understand. So, what my thing, the question is, in my is there anything which is halfway through, which is supporting the West and which is supporting the East? In the middle way.
Yeah, you know, of course there will be middle way.
Yeah. Normally, yeah.
Yeah, then also you will support your, like in the West also there are still families, you know, some like very little, but of course, you know, some families. So, you know, they manage, I think. So, you know, that could be the halfway, like if West starts looking at them, you know, some families, but most people can manage that way, you know, maybe not go such a, you know, don't be millionaires like that, but of course, you know, so the middle way you are talking, I think, you know, that is the middle way.
What is the middle way?
Yeah, the middle way is like, you know, also to support, you know, your family, your surroundings, and also support yourself.
When there is so much separation, there is a lot of conflict.
Yeah, because conflict is because we accept one, you know,
Yeah.
not the, like we really don't want to accept which is more helpful for the family. We accept like individual kind of, you know, that I should be very up and not care about my family, not help, you know. So, like if I start also caring about my family and also caring about me at the same time, is possible. It's not impossible. So.
I think the East it's like more, I see people more dependent on each other,
Mm-hmm.
and the West is more independent, which is it's nice. There are good sides to it,
Mm-hmm.
but there are bad sides to it as well.
Yeah.
And in the same thing in the East as well, there are good sides to
Yeah.
it and there are bad sides to
Yeah,
it.
certainly.
So, like, I see in my
Mm-hmm.
the same, because I grew up like with a really strong family.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you go out, it's so hard to survive.
Yeah.
In a way, it's hard to break out of this,
Mm-hmm.
of this habit
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So, which I see it in my nephew now, who's just 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you break that? It's I know it's a habit, it's in the culture.
Yeah. So, but why to break that? This is the question. Like maybe question why to break that? Yeah, because that has been so supportive, So why not to find a way not to break, to be in that and also finding what you want, both.
But it's also so much pressure. I mean, I know some friends of mine, like, the parents, like, you should marry, like, you should get married, come on, like,
Mm-hmm.
every time, like, she comes home, like, they talk to her, like,
Yeah,
she has to get married and get settled and do this and
Yeah.
do that. And it's like,
yeah,
like
certainly.
not accepting, like, the being.
Yeah. So again, not accepting the being.
And then it's very hard with this kind of family, like,
Yeah, of
hard
course.
to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
For me also, in my experience, like, family is like, it's very nice and I love them, but like one day, maybe two,
Mm-hmm.
but then it gets really like tiring, no?
Yeah, like it's actually like the strings from which we create family. It's not my thinking, It's not only my thinking. It's like somehow if I can think of everyone, then family can be created. And if I only think of me, then it's very difficult to create a family. It will be like people living together, but not a family.
I feel it's like a kind of conditioned love, no? And conditioned support also. It's not unconditional, like they're not
Yeah,
supporting you as like you are,
yeah,
but they're supporting you if you are in a certain way.
yeah,
And if you are in the way they want you to be, they support you, they love you,
mm-hmm.
they appreciate you. But if not, then
Yeah.
you get like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not fun. I mean,
Yeah, certainly. But then, again, this is not fair family conditions.
I can see with my own children,
Mm-hmm.
like really like to have that space, like to support,
Mm-hmm.
and not like know what is best for them,
Mm-hmm.
they should do,
Mm-hmm.
really like kind of trusting that
Yeah, they will know.
for
Yeah.
themselves.
Mm-hmm.
that's, I guess, a very late thing. It's not. It's not very old.
I feel like I like to hear this. This image of like the flame inside, little fire inside, and then say all the practice, everything is in my hands to do, which sometimes seems a lot, sometimes less. But how that actually is almost only like kind of just this image today, like just protecting the fire from the wind. So I don't know, I was feeling like you can say something about this in this path, how it seems like our practice is, say, very necessary, but also at the same time kind of it's very subtle what we have to do. It's basically like really like supporting this what is already inside, like really like supporting this. So I don't know, like maybe this subtlety, like subtlety, how do you say? And how to support best this flame, and how to adapt to different moments in life.
Because it's just there will be times that you are in touch with that flame, and there are times when you are not in touch with that, like you go off. So when you go off, and then when you remember that I am off, because there will be times that you will not remember that I am off. But as soon as you remember that I am off, try to again connect. That is the biggest support one can support that flame. Yeah, just being in touch with that. And also knowing that there will be times that I will lose it. It's like very common. It's not to blame yourself when you have lost. Otherwise, instead of connecting, you will be into blaming yourself, into blaming your surroundings, into blaming your this and that. And I think that time of blame you can use into connecting, and that is more useful than blaming.
When we lose it, do we really lose it?
Not lose it, we engage ourselves into with something else. Yeah, it's not lose. Lose means, it's there, but yeah. So that's how we can find it again. Otherwise, yeah, if we lose, it's very difficult. Yeah.
So is losing the same as making a decision and choosing? Because yesterday we were saying that when we make a decision, it's because we're not going with the flow.
Yeah.
And so when you make a decision and choose,
Yeah, something to, yeah,
then we kind of off.
yeah.
So who's deciding then? That's a tricky one.
Somebody in you.
A lot of people have difficulty deciding.
Yeah.
What's that?
Because there are so many good options, then it's very difficult to decide one.
Actually, I feel sometimes it really annoys me that if people cannot decide because
Yeah, because you don't have so many good options maybe, then it's easier for you to decide. When you have many, then
no, but it means like you have to make up your mind, kind of. No?
yeah, certainly. But then making up your mind, you always have to see, this is good for this is good for this, because something is good for something, and then you cannot decide what is good for me. Then it's very difficult. Among those goodnesses, you don't know what is good for you. So then someday you are with it, other day with that, and like that. Then it's very difficult to decide.
Makes it very difficult to plan anything, no?
But why to plan, Because
we wouldn't be here if we didn't plan. No? We wouldn't be here if we didn't plan, no? To come.
Yeah, but plan was to meet at one place. Yeah.
It really feels like another life when the fear of losing it goes. Like, it really Yeah.
Like the flow is.
But I feel, I don't know what, but something related to maybe the closer words would be like devotion or surrendering. Or, I don't know which word would you say. You know, this center.
Yeah, I think like devotion is the kind of this like plate from where you make jump into. So devotion is like really collecting your courage, bringing it to one. Like devotion means being devoted to, but you don't have courage to jump still. So you collect all your, everything for one. And once you have collected that, then you are on that board. Any moment when you decide, you can jump in, then surrendering happens. Yeah.
Ajay, is it needed to fix the personality for awakening to happen?
For
Awakening to happen? Do we need to fix the personality first?
because it's like if personality is not one, then it will be difficult to move towards one side. Because if somebody in you wants to go this way, other wants to go other way. So it has to be together somehow. Maybe not fixed, but being together. Yeah, in that way.
At least have that aspiration.
That
At least to have the aspiration for
yeah, yeah,
or the
certain.
drive.
Yeah.
Many years back, I used to believe that an enlightened being is just fully perfect. But now, when I'm watching some masters and they say they are awakened, it doesn't look to me that they behave in a perfect way. So that's why I'm wondering, maybe the personality is not necessarily
Yeah, but
under road.
because there will be habits, some habits will continue. Yeah. Also, maybe the definition of perfect could be not perfect, because perfection is an idea including my wish. And maybe my wish makes other person difficult to live. Yeah.
So how does like in awareness, like kind of this is like perfection in itself, kind of just knowing, just like everything appears and there's no like thought in that. There's no thought. But then discrimination is also there. So why in the perfection discrimination is necessary?
Perfection, what is necessary?
Like kind of when there's just like awareness, like there
is no perfection.
No, there's like no right and wrong and like
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying,
so
actually.
it's just perfect, like
Yeah, it's
perfect and imperfect doesn't matter.
doesn't matter, yeah. So perfection is actually an idea from the human mind within, like, because perfection, if you see, like if you really look at you and, this hour, your perfection, what your perfection is, if you write it down, after 1 hour, same perfection will not be perfection for yourself. So perfection is always changing according to situation, according to state you are in. Like every hour it changes. So that means perfection is only an idea.
Well, like what I'm referring to is like there's this mantra of like the great perfection, saying like basically like this, nothing to grasp, nothing to understand, just as it is, what it is, so it is.
Yeah.
So like
so then there is no perfection, or not, like nothing is there. So whatever is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then what's the function of discrimination
In this
kind of acknowledgement?
like in this acknowledgement has no discrimination. You have to just accept. You have to just accept Tam as Tam is, not try to change anything. Yeah.
So then no discrimination needed.
Because it cannot be, because there is no in awareness there is no mind. So only discrimination only can be in the mind.
Because they speak about this Viveka, no?
Mm-hmm.
And as like kind of knowing like the good things from the bad things, like the helpful things from the not helpful ones, the supportive ones from the not supportive.
Yeah.
So that kind of ability is
Yeah, that is.
limited.
It's limited, yeah. It's like for the situations. Discrimination is for the situations. And if no situation is there, then no discrimination.
So many times I feel how we understand prayer many times, at least maybe more like the Christian connotation. But I think here also I see is as if like this call, this desperate call for help, but kind of last option, no? Like, and this call to God, like when everything I tried to do didn't work, then there is possibility of prayer, but still praying to, like asking for this thing to be as I like to be. So these days I feel a lot, and I'm like somehow I find myself like encouraging and saying more like in retreats and like the word like this prayer, but like more like as this inner attitude to ask, but not say like to ask, but not so that what I want comes, but so that whatever wants to come comes. No? But, like it just feels like somewhere I feel there is a lot of need to open this ground of like finding a place to, like from this extreme say aloneness, sense of separation. Like it seems like it's so much more helpful to I don't know, like to I don't know, like to help remembering to open up to this possibility of something greater than because even now, like even like what we call meditation and practice, all this like it feels like more and more like much to do with kind of what I want to gain. No? What I have this list, no, of things to gain, to get rid of, and then with my list I go to meditate. No? So, like I don't know, like how like, and I feel like from this, then this devotion can have more like a place in our life. Like just giving ourselves to it, just like this place of like even if it's not like to one God or to one, but just the action of bowing down the how
because it's like as long as we do, means we trust in me, and then because of that trust we do, and because I am limited, so my doing is limited. But then comes a point like where prayer is like when you don't see, you don't trust you, kind of like you don't see that you can do. So when you don't see that you can do, then actually prayer happens. Kind of you pray for it. And through the prayer, maybe devotion happens, through the prayer. Because like when you see that like those things have come to you without your effort. So suddenly devotion happens. And again, through the devotion, you have kind of jumping. Devotion is like a jumping place for surrendering.
This is big, no? Like I think
Yeah.
many people are ready to be given tools to do something. Right?
Yeah.
Feel this great feeling like I'm going there because of my need.
Yeah.
But to really drop these tools, and to, like basically like to enter another realm. Like
Yeah,
this, like,
certainly. It's like because the whole doing really limits yourself, and also you trust yourself actually, and also not trust many times. So this whole battle between trusting you and not trusting you, that keeps on.
but this sometimes it feels like in like I'm talking now like in offering retreat, like much easy to say to come to this place when people don't come from the meditation world. No?
Yeah.
First, like in the meditation world there is this sense of little bit kind of, I don't know, many times we come to this point of like really like, as if we know what we are doing.
Yeah.
It's like first
Yeah.
I feel like when people fill up like all these retreats, then I feel like, I have so much work. Like before starting, like everything has to be, like some change has to be there before, like, to clean a little bit before starting. So somehow, So I don't know. It feels like sometimes.
Yeah, because it's like the connection is with the doing. So of course then, like when connection is with the doing, then of course teacher also offer doing. And it's like the whole connection is on only like this. There is no connection on impersonal level in that. It's like only on doing level. You practice 1 hour this and 1 hour that. And then of course the relationship is between teacher and student is also very personal, like what you teach and what people do. Okay, so maybe walking time.